Welcome back, it's Lessons for Life, and we're still doing the Christmas special. We've been fat shaming, we've been having a pop at Beta Males, and let's get some advice from a personal trainer. Okay, are you a personal trainer or a coach?
Or both.
And I guess some people look at you like a life coach, but
Yes.
who actually makes a difference.
I
No
hope so.
disrespect to life coaches, but I've always thought that must be, it's like a fitness trainer without the fitness.
Yeah, I mean,
But you need to do that as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, a coach is somewhat of a mentor, you can say. But I think that if you've accomplished much, or if you've accomplished something, then it's good to go into that field. But what we find is everyone wants to be a life coach, but if you look into it, they haven't really done anything. So does it really justify them being a life coach?
Well, I think fitness coach, as you say, is a life coach. For me, I've worked with various trainers. I've always been into the gym. I've always been into my fitness. But the thing that makes the coach worth their money, and people say, "Oh, personal trainer is expensive." For me, what I'm paying for is someone to do the thinking.
Exactly.
To do the think. So I don't want to have to think and work out. Just tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Exactly.
That's
why. I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing because I love to help people, and it really lifts me up when I see someone going from a certain level and them progressing in front of my eyes, and I can say, okay, you know what, I was part of that, and that's what really, that's the part I enjoy. So coaching is something that you do with specific to someone, specific to their goal. PTing is more to do with the gym based. So you've got your manual, and you're going by your manual because you have to follow the insurance guides of the gym.
So being a coach is a level up from a personal trainer.
Yes, being a coach is a level up. You are setting up a program specific to a person's goal or sporting goal. And the training is according to that as well.
I mean, I train in a gym in Wimbledon sometimes, Wimbledon Strength Club, free bit of advertising there. And the coach down there, lovely guy, John Compton, he won't mind me mentioning his name. And we all know him and see him like a friend. But when we're training and people laugh at me in the gym and mock me for this, when he tells me to do something, I say, yes, coach. I don't say John, because I want to be in that frame of mind.
You want to be in
yes,
that zone.
coach.
Yes,
coach.
Yes.
Because when the session finishes, then you can be friendly or whatever,
Exactly.
but I want to follow instructions.
And that's exactly what I tell people I work with. When you are with me, it's time to work. It's time to work now. If you want to relax, you do that after session when you go home.
That's right.
And that's why I tell people to get in that zone, to get in that zone. And one thing I want to talk about as well, the importance of coaching. You already said that having a coach is important. Speaking from experience, someone like me who's never had any coaching.
I know you did a lot yourself.
I've done, I mean, I am. I know people like to say it; they are self-taught. But I can honestly say, hand on my heart, I am self-taught.
I know, and you went a long way with it, and respect to you for it, and you've helped other people along the way.
Yeah, but if I could go back, and if I could have had a coach to really push me to that next level and guide me a little bit more, maybe I'm thinking, what could have been? You know what I mean?
I needed your help about 10 years ago, right?
10
years ago, you never helped me.
Exactly.
You didn't care.
Exactly. So coaching is very important.
If you wanted my help, why didn't you ask?
Exactly. I didn't have anyone to ask. That's the problem. But yeah, coaching is very important, and the difference a coach can make to somebody. And you shouldn't put a price tag on that. Why?
No, you're absolutely right.
Why you shouldn't put a price tag on that? Because it's your life. You are changing your life. This person, you are investing in this person to really guide you to change every aspect of your life. You will go to that next level. You will get out of your comfort zone. And for those people out there that are stuck in the comfort zone, who are quitting, why are you living?
Can I just give you a bit of advice?
Yeah.
Quitters never win, and winners never quit. Last time this year. It is true though. You must never give up. But is this search for a coach, whether it's a trainer, a personal trainer, or a sensei, when I first rocked up at the MMA club in Feltham, Pro My MMA, everyone was intermittently addressing the coach as Sir. Sir. So it wasn't a traditional martial arts club where it would have been Sensei or whatever. I can't remember what they say in BJJ, but Professor or something. Okay. But obviously in the Japanese martial arts.
I've actually been looking into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I actually really liked because I never really knew about it, and when I learned that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was designed for the weak man to become strong, I really liked that psychological part of it. So it teaches the smaller, weaker guy to become strong. And it's not so much about destroying someone as, for example, a boxing match or a Muay Thai match where someone is actually physically trying to hurt you. It's all about restraining someone.
You're subduing someone.
And I really like that. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm losing testosterone or something.
Well, it's certainly a good way for a smaller man to overpower a physically stronger man. And judo, Japanese jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu all come from the same sort of family tree. And I believe the founder of the martial art was quite a small man himself, but he wanted to work out how he could
He was only 140 pounds himself. And what happened was he started competing against much bigger men. And he actually won these contests, and that's how it blew up.
And obviously in the first UFC, it was Royce Gracie, who was only 180 pounds, who came out on top in an open class, any weight, anything goes.
Anything goes. One boxing glove.
Yeah, one boxing glove. Guys losing teeth, and I think
Tank Abbott.
Yeah, that's right. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu came out on top back then because it was one sport against another. But now that people with good striking have good takedown defence, they can keep the fight standing and it never gets to the ground. If it ends up on the ground, the BJJ practitioner obviously has the advantage. But if you can keep it standing, you're in with a chance. But I definitely, I've never studied pure BJJ, but I've done judo from a young age, and then I've trained in jiu-jitsu clubs just to give me the techniques to then use in the MMA. But I strongly recommend any form of jiu-jitsu as a sport that you can do right into your old age, Barber. I'm getting there too, and I think that one of the principles in terms of a weaker man overpowering a stronger man is the mechanics of it.
Yes.
And as strong as your muscle might be, like even the strongest man in the world will run out of steam. Exactly. The lactic acid will burn your muscle sooner or later. And when it does,
these BJJ guys, they can restrain you for half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour if you want. Because they are so relaxed.
Yeah,
and that's the key. And that's the key for any combat sport, I believe. Once you learn how to relax in an intense situation, you have won.
That's right. I mean,
let's take for example last night's match, David Chisora versus Dylan White. I expected a head-on-head war. Chisora came in doing what everyone expected, but Dylan White, he sat back, took his time, using straight jabs, occasional right hand, let Chisora really how do you say, blow out his tank, run out his tank, whatever. And then he came on stronger.
He weathered the storm.
And then, I mean, and that's the whole thing. Being relaxed in combat sports.
To contrast that with Frampton, I was watching Carl Frampton, being an Irish partisan supporter. He had a terrible first 2 rounds, and he tried to toe-to-toe exchange and fight fire with fire, and he never recovered from it.
But you're Frampton. I remember him when he was coming up, and there was a lot of expected from him. And I actually was myself. I was like, wow, this kid.
He won 2 world titles. It's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah. But I mean, I thought that it would be something more. I thought he would actually be in the elite.
I think he looked small in there against Warrington. In terms of he was shorter, he had shorter reach, and he's struggled to make the weight before, even at featherweight. So I don't know. I think maybe he was better off at the lower weight, with super bantam weight. And good luck to him. He's a great fighter, a great sharp shooter, counter puncher who can wait for a guy to come in. But if you've lost the first 2 rounds,
I haven't seen Warrington fight, so I wouldn't know. But I've seen Frampton.
Yeah.
So when I hear that he's lost to other UK fighters, it's sort of hard for me to believe. It's like, shouldn't he be losing against like world level operators?
He's only lost to Warrington last night and the Mexican Santa Cruz. He's only lost two, and he beat Santa Cruz the first time. Okay. Lost the rematch, and I think a rematch often goes.
Is he still with McGuigan? Is he still with McGuigan?
No, and he's left McGuigan under suspicious circumstances.
That could be the missing link.
That could be, yeah. I don't know what happened there, but I wish him.
Because I know. Well, what I know of Barry McGuigan is that he's not a guy known to waste time. So if he feels that you're not worthy or you may not reach to a certain level, he won't really give you his time. So for him to be away from Frampton could mean something.
They left. They parted ways under a cloud of suspicion when Frampton failed to make the weight. So the fight was on, but it wouldn't. Even if he won, he wouldn't win the number one mandatory spot that was at stake.
Right.
And then next thing you know, the opponent slips and falls in the shower, and the fight's off.
It happens a lot in boxing these days.
Very
slips and
coincidentally, suspiciously,
slipping
and
and falling.
I wonder.
I hope he was practicing nofap.
I have no idea what went on in the shower or what didn't. We'll be back on that bombshell. We'll be back to talk to you after I ask Barbara what exactly that is. You're watching Lessons for Life 24/7.